Okay, hello, I'm Lauren. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How would you like to be addressed?
What do you mean?
Like, pronouns, I guess.
Oh,
Okay. Have you ever met with a nutritional counselor before?
I have not.
Okay. As a peer nutritional counselor, I'm qualified to discuss how to eat on a budget and the reading a nutrition label and eating a balanced diet. So today I'm gonna ask you a few questions about just like your eating patterns and habits, and then we're gonna do a 24-hour recall, and then we're gonna make a SMART goal. Have you ever made a SMART goal before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, we'll walk through that. So then I'm gonna need your verbal consent to begin. So do you verbally consent to this counseling session?
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to start by asking you just a few questions to get a better idea of challenges in your eating patterns. So the first question is, what grade are you here at SFSU?
I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore, okay. And then do you live on or off campus?
I am from the city, so I still live in
Okay, cool. And then how far is your commute?
less than 30 minutes, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. Also, let me add, they're just basically grading me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's Holiday and that's Jane.
Hi.
And I'll just be writing down your answers, that's what I'm just
Okay.
Okay, so now the questions will be a little bit more food focused. So how often do you buy meals or snacks out? And then-
Campus-wise or like in general?
Anywhere, so like on campus or fast food.
I would say maybe like once a day.
Once a day?
Yeah.
So would you say never, rarely, sometimes, often, or always? Often? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then how often do you buy meals out on a typical weekend?
Weekend, often also, yeah.
Okay. And then how often do you buy snacks out?
Rarely.
Okay. And then for the topics that we wanted to discuss, did you want to focus on eating on a budget, or reading a nutritional label, or eating a balanced diet?
Eating a balanced diet, yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the 24-hour recall. So we're going to do a 3-pass system. So basically you're just going to tell me everything that you ate, and it's going to be of yesterday. And then it'll just be like a general overview, and then I'm going to go back and we're going to add details to that.
Okay.
How does that sound? Okay. So we're going to use these food models. So they're pretty realistic looking. Okay, so what was the first item that you ate or drank yesterday?
Yesterday, so I woke up at 12.
Okay.
I had a glass of milk around like 1.
Okay.
And then,
And what was
yesterday
this?
was Thursday, right? Or no, Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Gotcha. And then I came to school, bought a bag of chips.
Bag of chips?
And
What
then
time was that at?
I would say like around 2:15.
2:15. Okay.
And then went to the gym, and then what after the gym? I had shrimp tempura.
Sounds good.
And then I had like a cup of rice,
Okay.
and
where did you eat this?
at home.
At home, and
Yeah.
then what time was that at?
It was like around 6:30.
6:30. Okay.
Yeah. What else did I have? Oh, I had apples too.
Apples. At 6:32?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and did you eat anything else?
No.
Okay.
Yesterday, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's go back and add a little bit of detail. So you had a glass of milk. Do you remember what percentage milk it was, or what kind of
2%.
2%?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I guess we could use this cup. So do you remember how many of these would you say? How many
I
cups?
would say like maybe 2 or 3. Yeah. 2 or 3.
Okay. Okay, and then when you got to school, you had a bag of chips. What kind of chips were they?
Flaming hot, the chili and lime.
Okay. Do you remember what brand it was?
Flaming hot, I think.
Oh, was that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, did you eat the whole bag of chips?
I would say not really, like 3/4 of it.
Okay. Okay, and then when you got home, you had shrimp tempura,
Yeah.
and then you had rice.
Rice.
Okay, so let's see on this plate. So how much of the shrimp would you say filled up this plate?
It was like 4 or 5 pieces. Yeah.
4 or 5 pieces, okay. And then rice. How many cups would you say using this cup?
I would say like 2.5.
2.5 cups. How much of the plate do you think it filled?
Like this plate right here.
Yeah.
Maybe this much.
Okay.
But it was flat. It wasn't like really
Okay.
high.
And then you had apples. How many apples did you have?
A full apple.
Full apple. Do you know what kind it was?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of hard. And then, okay. Compared to this pear, how big would you say?
Just a tad bit bigger.
A little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So maybe a medium-sized apple.
Medium
Okay.
size apple, yeah. This one like this big, yeah.
It's about a cup. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna read it back to you and then just tell me if I missed anything. So, at home you had a glass of 2% milk, and you actually had 2 to 3 cups of milk. And then at school you had a bag of chips, the Flamin' Hot chili and lime, and you ate about 3/4 of that. And then you also had, and then you went home and you had shrimp tempura, rice. You had 4 to 5 pieces of shrimp, and then 2.5 cups of rice. What kind of rice was that? Was it
White rice.
white rice?
I think the brand's called Jasmine.
Oh, jasmine rice. Okay. Okay, and then at 6:30 you had a
And
medium apple.
yeah,
Okay.
right after I ate dinner.
Okay. And then did you have anything else to eat or drink during this day?
Actually, like I had a bag of peanuts that I bought from like the store also, but I don't know what the brand is. I
Okay.
just bought a bag of it, yeah.
And then what time was that at?
It was actually like right before I left school, so it was like around 4 something.
4. Okay. And you had a bag of peanuts. Were they flavored at all, or were they just
Toffee nuts, yeah.
Okay. And then, did you eat the whole bag?
No, I ate like half of it.
Half of it? Okay, let's see. And then, how many cups of peanuts would you say?
I would say, yeah, this one right
So about a half a cup.
here. Yeah.
Okay. And was this a usual day for you in terms of food and drink?
Not really. It was just because yesterday, like, I didn't really have much time to eat, and so I
Okay.
was in a rush to go to school. And then I couldn't buy food either because I had back-to-back classes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so after my class, I just went home, and that's where I pretty much ate.
Okay. Okay, so thank you for sharing all of your food that you ate yesterday. So earlier you said you wanted to talk about eating a balanced diet. So is that something that you still wanted to talk about?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Because I know for sure
Okay,
my diet is
awesome.
not balanced.
Yeah. And so Dr. George has reviewed all of this info I'm about to share with you.
Okay.
So we're going to create a SMART goal, and that means specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. It helps me just understand your level of motivation and readiness to change your eating habits. Okay, so to get a better idea of how ready you are to make a change, we're going to use this assessment graphic. So on a scale of 1 being not ready and 10 being ready, how ready are you to make a change?
I would say a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
And then, how confident are you that you will be ready to make a change when you make a goal?
I would also say 7, but
A 7, okay. Okay. So it appears that you're in the stage of uncertainty but also readiness. So this is a very common stage of change. So could I take a moment and just provide you with a little bit of nutrition education?
Yeah.
With eating a balanced diet? Okay, so we actually have,
These are pretty realistic.
they are, I thought they were real at first.
They're plastic, but it's not.
Weird. Okay, so moving on, so I'm going to give you this handout, and this is for you to keep, so you can take a look at that. And then, so I guess we'll just talk a little bit about that handout. So let's take a look at your diet recall. So let me just talk about adding fruits and vegetables. So it's really important to add it to every meal because they're high in nutrients, vitamins, and fiber. And a lot of people say that it's really expensive to buy like fruits and vegetables, but you don't always have to buy organic. They always have like just different prices on different types of fruits. Like I know, like when I go to Safeway, some of the apples are like $2 a piece there, and I don't realize that. It's crazy.
That's expensive.
I know, it's pretty crazy. So there are many types of proteins you can eat, either animal proteins or plant-based proteins. And most people actually do get enough protein. I know that's a common misconception sometimes, that people are always trying to get too much protein, but most of the time people do get enough protein. And then for grains, the goal should be to make half of your grains whole. So what that means is eating whole grains, and that means the whole grain contains the entire kernel. It doesn't have anything that's removed. So like white bread, it doesn't have the bran or the germ. And then for dairy, just to avoid sweetened milk products, trying to eat low-fat dairy. And then if you don't consume dairy, but you do, then to just get dairy from other sources. And then just foods to limit are alcohol. They're a high source of calories, but they have little nutrition value. And also high sugar foods and high saturated foods. Also a good tip for eating on a balanced diet is just to eat every 4 hours and try to limit solid fats and added sugars and sodium. So looking at your nutrition, your recall, what do you think you can change about maybe what you ate yesterday?
Definitely waking up like way earlier than I normally anticipate, just so I have time to make myself breakfast or even lunch before leaving the house.
Yeah, that's
And then also making sure that in between like my class breaks, like to grab like an apple or like a banana or something.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and when I don't have time to like make myself food or anything at home, I would definitely should like just ask my parents like do it for me to cook.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so we're gonna make a SMART goal, just with all the information that we've had. So do you have any ideas on what you want your SMART goal to be, like how you want to better improve your diet?
I think I'm gonna focus on like eating more greens and vegetables, or like
So you want-
greens and fruits, like you said.
More greens and vegetables. So you said that this isn't something
I normally
you normally eat. So would you say that how many more servings would you say you ate compared to today? Or yesterday, I should say. Yeah.
I try to eat like 2 to 3 times a week with greens and vegetables, but I know that I should be eating like on a daily basis. at
Okay.
least, yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So let's create a SMART goal. So do you wanna maybe try and increase the amount of? Increase, so how many times a day or a week do you wanna increase it to?
Not say a day, say but more like 4 to 5 times a week.
That's a good goal. Okay.
Like just including any greens at all to my diet.
Okay, and did you want that to be fruits and vegetables?
Yeah, either or.
Okay. That's a good idea. And then how long did you want to do this before looking back and trying to improve it even more?
I'd say like try to see my eating patterns for a month to see if it improved at all.
That's a good idea. And then what do you think this could do for your life? Like how do you think this would improve just different aspects of your life?
For sure, I know that like eating greens and vegetables like lower risk of diabetes because that does run in my family.
Oh, okay.
Like my mom has diabetes and I have like relatives that has it too, so I want to help maintain my healthy diet. Yeah.
Do you have any support at home that could help you eat a more balanced diet?
My mom tries to incorporate the greens into whatever food she makes, but like it's just a lot harder for me to like eat it because I really don't like vegetables.
And there's other ways. Do you like smoothies?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just putting spinach in smoothies, and that's a good one. I never taste spinach when I put in smoothies. I can't eat it, alone by itself. But and then even adding like vegetables and sauces and stuff like that. That's a good way to add more vegetables. Okay. So after talking about this goal, how do you feel about it?
I mean, I know for sure that I had to like put motivation and like commitment to it, and it's a lot easier to say than like actually do it.
It is. I agree with you. What do you think could help motivate you?
Honestly, self-motivation.
Self-motivation. Even maybe getting a buddy to help you, or getting your parents on board would probably be
I'm
help a
also
lot.
trying to gain weight, so I know I have to eat more than like 2,000 calories a day recommended. So.
Yeah, and even have you ever tried tracking your food before?
What's that?
So like there's MyFitnessPal, and you can add in just everything that you've eaten.
Oh yeah. We did that for class, for our
Oh, okay.
class.
Okay, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's a really good way to help see like what you're eating, because a lot of I try to do it every once in a while too, because a lot of the times you really don't know, like you think you're eating fine and then you realize that like
I did it for 3 days for class too, and it was I was lacking.
Yeah, it's hard. Okay, so on this scale though, here it is. Okay, so on this same scale, how confident are you that you can make this change?
I've been trying lately, but like yesterday it shows that I've been slacking still. So I guess I would still say a 7.
A 7, okay. And then what do you think is preventing you to get to an 8 or even higher on the ruler?
Laziness.
Laziness, okay.
I mean, sometimes I do have like time to make my own meals, but like I just don't.
Okay. Alright, so could you just repeat back to me the goal that we set for eating 4 to 5 times a week, adding more fruits and veggies for a month? Could you rephrase that in your words?
Like what do you mean?
Just to like make sure that we both understand. Yeah.
Okay. So my goal is to eat like 4 to 5 times per week and include vegetables.
Okay, perfect. Alright. Okay, so we're getting close to the end here. Thank you so much for participating. And I know it's early, so thanks for waking up and being here. So once again, your SMART goal is to increase your fruit and veggie intake to 4 to 5 times a week, and to do it for about a month, and then reassess after about a month.
Okay.
So one last thing, how will you know that you've met this goal?
Like you said, I definitely should try to like keep track of what I eat. It doesn't have to be like every day, but I can like try to do it every other day. Just to see
that's
how
a good
I'm doing.
idea.
And you said we're gonna do an assessment after a month, right?
I don't think we are, but
Oh, okay.
just to
For myself.
self-assess,
Okay, so-
yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep track.
That would be cool though if we did meet up after that. Okay. Do you have any other questions? We have like, you can have these other handouts too, I know, for like the other topics, like eating on a budget and reading a nutrition label, if you wanted to keep these.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. And this is also for me to keep.
Yeah, that's for you to keep. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
You're
We're done, yeah, that went really